Okay, here we are back in Gloom and Doom. I started this one in October as part of my creepy or spooky game kind of thing, but kind of liked it, so kind of want to continue on with it. So here we are. Yeah, I forget exactly what we were doing, but I think we probably stopped at a pretty good spot. And as you can hear, it's got the auto voicer, so I can spare my voice. So anyway, let's go.
Slot 2. After my shifts at the video store, I always come into the back alley to see my best friend. Winona, Sonic. Winona, where are you, boy? Sonic, woof woof. Sonic appears from behind a dumpster when I call his name. Winona, hey, there you are. Did you miss me? The little guy sits down and does that dopey thing where his tongue sticks out funny. Sonic, hi-oh.
Why is this guy here?
Just feed him quickly. Pet the dog. I
Pet him.
crouch down and start ruffling up the fur on his head and neck, just the way he likes it. His back tenses up with delight, and before long his leg starts tapping uncontrollably on the ground. I scoop him into my arms and snuggle my fur kid. The little cutie excitedly jumps and paws at my backpack. Winona, okay, you're hungry. Since he already knows what's in there, I reach into my bag and pull out a small sandwich for him. Winona, there you go. Enjoy your dinner, Sonic. Sonic, munch munch munch. Winona, you are such a little Cusack, aren't you? I love your silly little ears. Winona, okay, I'd better get going before. Brock, hey, did you hear about Sophie? Chong, that hottie cheerleader? What happened to her? Holy shit. I'd recognize those voices anywhere. It's Brock and Chong, the two biggest douchebags in school. These two guys are the ones who are always giving me shit. Just kill me now. I should probably hide somewhere before they get here. Where should I hide though? Squeeze into a dark doorway.
Dark doorway. I mean, if they find you behind the dumpster, that looks weird, but if you're just in a doorway.
There's a shadowy doorway to the side, so I duck into it and squeeze myself against the wall. A little rat-like creature scurries out after I disturb its hiding spot. I look over my shoulder and Sonic is still in the middle of the alley, happily eating his food. Winona, pissed. Sonic. Come here. Sonic, nom nom nom. He's too preoccupied with his dinner to hear you. Winona, come here, you greedy furball. It's too late. Brock and Chong are here. Brock, Sophie and this guy snuck off to that old house in Hartford Hills. Chong, the one at the top of the hill? Brock, the one and only. Chong, oh hell no. That place is hella haunted. It's like the gateway to hell. Brock, that's just a bunch of exaggerated hyperboles. Why do you always say stupid things like that? Chong, so what happened to Sophie and the guy? Brock, I don't know. Something really bad. Brock, Sophie escaped and made it home, but now she's locked herself in her room. Brock, and apparently, she keeps mumbling something about the green eyes of death. Winona. Green eyes of death? Chong, what the fuck is the green eyes of death? Brock, I don't know. I'm not her goddamn shrink. Brock, but think about it. It's that ghost everyone talks about? Winona, yes, I definitely need to visit this house in Hartford Hills. Brock, do you want to know what happened to the guy Sophie was with? Chong, what happened to him? Brock, they found his body torn up and eviscerated.
Eviscerated?
Chong, shit. I hope he got laid first, at least. Brock, is that really all you ever think about, bro? You need to get your priorities straight. My mind goes nuts with the news about the ghost. I've been looking for it for years, and I finally know where to look. Tomorrow. I'll go and check it out tomorrow night. Chong, hey, check out that dog over there.
No, leave the dog alone.
Sonic, hi-oh. Brock, what about it? Chong, have you ever kicked a dog? Brock, no, because I'm not a social path like you. Chong, fuck you, bro. Chong, I'm going to go kick that dog. Brock, what? Chong, it's a stray. Nobody will care. Brock, you've seriously got issues. Chong, I bet I can punt this dog further than you can. Brock, I'm not going to be a part of this. Chong starts walking over to Sonic. That asshole is really going to do it? I've got to do something. I grope around the ground for a weapon, but I don't find anything. What should I do? Jump out and protect Sonic.
Protect the good
No,
boy.
there's no way I can let him kick an innocent dog. I jump out from my hiding spot and put my body between Chong and Sonic. Winona, hey, back off. Chong pauses, but it doesn't look like he's going to turn around. Chong, Brock, it's that weird girl from school. Brock, well looky here. Winona, were you really going to kick a dog? That's like a cliched asshole thing to do. Chong, are you calling me an asshole? Winona, well, if the butt plug fits. Chong, oh, I'm going to kick your ass now. Winona, now and every day at school for the last couple of years. Bring it on, Chong. Winona, just leave the dog alone, okay? Chong, and how exactly are you going to make us do that? Shit sticks. I didn't really plan that far ahead. How am I going to get Sonic of this mess? Grab Sonic and make a run for it?
Run.
I quickly scoop Sonic into my arms and make a run for it. But my shoe slips on some discarded toy and I crash face first into Brock's chest. He leans in close to my ear and whispers creepily, Brock, tisk tisk. You can't run from this, weird girl. The next thing I know, there's an explosion in my stomach and I can't breathe properly. I stumble backwards, trying to catch my breath again. Brock, okay, weird girl. What are we going to do? Brock, personally, I find this a serendipitous turn of events. Winona, say what? Did you mean serendipitous? Brock, that's what I said. Winona, no, you didn't. Brock, let's see how smart you are when I knock your fucking teeth out. Winona, give me a couple of black eyes as well and I'll probably look a bit like your mom on date night. Brock, you bitch. Brock knocks me to the ground with a punch across my cheek. Maybe mocking him isn't the best choice right now. Sonic, woof woof. Sonic barks at the two bullies, but they're not scared of him. Brock, you know, when we're nailing you in school. Brock, we can't do much. Too many people and teachers around. Chong, Brock, what are you doing? Brock, but we're not in school right now, are we? No teachers to stop us. Chong, bro, you're beating a girl, and now you're saying creepy things. Chong, and she's not even drunk. This isn't cool at all. Brock, you were about to kick a dog. How is that any better? Chong, but it was a boy dog. You're hitting a girl. Brock, bitches want equality, don't they? Brock, anyway, I think it's carpet time, weird girl. Chong, you're going to eat her out in this alley. Brock, it's Latin for seize the day, dumbass. Winona, oh my god, the phrase is carpe diem. Winona, stop using words you obviously don't understand, you fucking pretentious more dash. A punch to my mouth stops me from completing my sentence. I feel that familiar wetness and taste of blood in my mouth. Brock, understand me now. He slaps my mouth with the back of his hand. Brock, I guess I'm better with my hands than my mouth. Winona, cough, that's what your mom said. Brock quickly raises his fist, but a new voice with a strange accent catches his attention. Shadowy figure, hey. Neckle turning. Chong, who said that? Suddenly, the alley becomes unnaturally dark. Sonic starts barking in panic. Sonic, woof woof. Shadowy figure, is time to even odds. Yes, Brock, what's going on? Chong, arg. Brock, my arm. When the lights come back on, Brock and Chong have big cuts down their arms. Chong, what happened? Brock, I don't know. Chong, let's get out of here, Brock. Brock, just run, you fat fuck. The two of them make their quick escape, while Sonic loudly barks after them. Sonic, woof woof woof. I get up and look around the alley for signs of the stranger, but I don't see anything unusual. Whoever my guardian angel was, she's gone. Winona, thank you. You might find this surprising, but it's not the first time something weird like this has happened. Every now and then when I'm getting the shit kicked out of me, a mysterious person steps into hell. I've never figured out who or what it is, but I honestly don't mind having a guardian angel around, especially since life enjoys kicking the shit out of me. Sonic, hi-oh hi-oh hi-oh. Sonic paws at my legs. Winona, I'm okay, boy. They didn't hurt me too badly. Winona, what about you, are you alright? Sonic, woof. Winona, alright, you go finish your food. Those guys won't be back tonight. Winona, I need to get home and wash this blood off.
Okay.
From up here, you have a perfect view of the city around you. But you're not interested in the city. You're only interested in one particular person, working in a corner office in the next building. Gloom, Jodialath. I see you. Entering her office wouldn't be a problem. You can just float over. It's just a matter of timing and waiting for her to be done with her seemingly endless meetings. Waiting. Waiting is difficult when you're so close to your goal. So close to going back to heaven. So very close to seeing her again. Lucia, they will never let you return, you know. Lucia, at this rate, I think I've got a better chance of being invited back than you do. You recognize the voice and smirk to yourself. Large shadows start to gather on the ground next to you, before growing into a petite figure. You glance over and see Lucia emerge from the shadow. Don't let the big eyes and bright smile deceive you. Lucia is one of the oldest beings in existence. It's a miracle that she's still so bright and cheerful. Lucia, hey, sunshine. Gloom, Luce. Gloom, it's been a while. Lucia, you look like death. Gloom. Lucia, not in a good way. Lucia, you're like one of those yoga instructors that won't go away even though they've passed their use-by date. Gloom, and you look the same. Gloom, still as cheery as ever. Lucia, I've switched to chai lattes. They give me a nice buzz. Lucia, wanna try some? Gloom, I'll pass. Lucia follows your eyes and looks at the next building. Lucia, let me guess, you're hunting Jodialath. Gloom, sorry, but a job's a job. Lucia, I have no problems with you killing her. Lucia, she gives demons a bad name. Lucia, but go easy on her plague demons, okay. Lucia, they're pretty much just her slaves too. Plague demons are barely sentient. Gloom, I'm not risking the job over some plague demons. Gloom, they're barely sentient and not worth the effort. Lucia, that sounds more like Michael speaking. Gloom. Gloom, you're right. Gloom, I'll do what I can to spare them. Lucia, that's all I wanted to hear. Lucia shifts over and nudges your elbow. Lucia, how's your project coming along? Gloom, it's frustrating. Every time I think I'm getting somewhere, Michael tells me that we're not. Gloom, I really can't tell if I'm being exploited or if it's just an impossible quest. Lucia, so quit. Give up this stupid quest to go back to heaven. Lucia, I've been watching you try for a long time, and come on. Lucia, it's not going to happen. Lucia, Michael and his boss will never let you return. Gloom, I have to try. Lucia, you have tried, and after 400 years it's just not worth it. Lucia, you know what we should do instead? Lucia, we can go to an abortion clinic, and we'll fuck around with the protesters outside. Lucia, this is totally the kind of stuff you used to make me do. Gloom, how is it that you still enjoy these pranks, even after so long? Lucia, some things don't lose their luster, even after centuries. Lucia, like sitting on a rooftop and hanging out, talking shit. She gestures to the rooftop's edge. Gloom, you know things have changed. Lucia, I'm not asking you to fight for me. Gloom, then what? What would you get out of that? Lucia, Gloom, I just want my best friend back. You think about the times that you and Lucia fought side by side. Your fighting styles, your ideologies, your temperaments. You will not find two warriors that complemented each other as perfectly as you did. And don't let her appearance fool you, Lucia is still the fiercest warrior you know. Lucia, remember that demon keep on the afflicancy? Lucia, Michael ordered us to storm that place with a frontal assault. Gloom, a decision like that can only be made by someone nowhere near the front lines. Lucia, so we told the others to delay the assault. Gloom, and the two of us snuck in from behind and killed their leader. Lucia, you knew that they would surrender once their leader fell. Gloom, by the time Michael arrived with the main force, we were waiting for them with the front door open. Lucia, the look on his face was priceless. Gloom, good times. The two of you laugh at the memory. Lucia, we could be like that again. No. Maybe.
Maybe.
Gloom, maybe. You never know, right? Lucia, exactly. Gloom, Luce, come with me. Lucia, what do you mean? Gloom, you can ask the big guy for forgiveness too, and we can return to heaven together. Gloom, there will be some penance involved, but the two of us can serve it together. Lucia, are you shitting me? Gloom, you were always his favorite. That's why Michael has always been so jealous of you. Lucia, Michael is jealous of anyone with a brain, a heart, or a pair of red shiny shoes. Gloom, just ask for forgiveness, and let's go home together. Lucia, why do you keep doing this to yourself? Why are you so desperate to go back to heaven? Lucia, what are you looking for up there? Gloom. Lucia, is it her? You look away, unable to meet Lucia's gaze. Lucia, come on. Gloom. Lucia, Muriel loves you, but she's never really understood you. Lucia, at least, not the way we understand each other. Lucia, as in, we're warriors, you know. We get things done. Lucia, by any means necessary. Lucia steps towards the edge of the roof and takes a sip from her chai latte. Gloom, it's not her. Gloom, I think I belong up there. Gloom, my old life felt right. Lucia, really? I felt that neither of us ever fit in up there. Lucia, maybe you're remembering it wrong. Gloom, well, it can't be worse than what I've got now. Gloom, I live among the mortals, and most of them fear me. Gloom, the angels hate me, and the only one that talks to me regularly does so because he's making me do things for him. Lucia, what about us? We never shunned you. Gloom, no, you didn't. But I never felt like I really belonged with your faction either. Lucia, complain, complain, complain. You're such a Dante. She takes another sip and then looks up at the stars. Lucia, do you regret taking my side during the Great Fallout? I wish you didn't take a stand against him. No. Yes. I wish you didn't take a stand against. No. I wish you didn't take a stand against him. Gloom. We were partners and I will always support you. Gloom. But I wish you didn't have to take a stand against him. Gloom. We we could have avoided all this if you didn't do that. Lucia, oh wow, shifting all the blame on me now. Lucia, they gave the mortals self-awareness and intelligence, and then they decided to take away their freedom. Lucia, that was wrong, and you know it. Gloom, maybe we could have changed their minds. Talked about the issue more. Lucia, they are not good at listening to opinions that differ from theirs. Lucia, no amount of reasoning would have changed their minds. Lucia, fuckers like Michael are talkers. They're not listeners. Lucia, what we did was the right thing to do. It was the only thing we could have done. Gloom. You're right. Gloom, we did the right thing. Lucia takes a long sip from her chai latte. Lucia, you sure you don't want to give up on this pointless quest and hang out? Gloom, sorry. I have to do this. Lucia, hey Gloom. Gloom, what? Lucia, what are you going to do once you're done with the quest? Gloom, go back to heaven. Stop killing things. Lucia, and then what? Do you have a goal in mind? Lucia, will going back automatically make you happy? Gloom, I don't know. I'll figure it out when I get to it. Lucia, I think you should figure that out first, before you waste another 400 years. Lucia, in the meantime, stop with the dead-end routine of being Michael's bitch. Gloom, I'm not his. Lucia, shhhhh. Lucia, when you're ready to be who you were again, I'll be here for you. Lucia, I believe in you, Gloom. Always have. Always will. Gloom. Lucia, go kill whoever you need to kill. Lucia, but please remember, you need to figure out what's actually missing in your life. Lucia, be certain of what you really want. Gloom, I'm missing heaven, that's all. Lucia, if you really think so. Lucia, I'll see you around. You know how to find me if you need me. Gloom, see you, Luce. Lucia disappears into the shadows, leaving you alone on the roof. Gloom, okay. Your spectral blade explodes out of your fist. Gloom, time to get to work. There she is, alone at last. She looks so proud and arrogant here in her glass tower, this monstrosity built on a foundation of suffering. How many souls did it cost to build this? Jodialath, I can sense you there, you know. Jodialath, you may as well show yourself now. Green smoke pours in through the cracks of the walls and amasses in the middle of the room. Your physical form emerges from the smoke. Gloom, Jodialath, your time has come. Jodialath, Gloom. I was wondering when my name would finally show up on that death list of yours. Jodialath, truth be told, I'm more than a little offended Michael didn't send you after me sooner. Gloom, your feelings aren't very high on anyone's list of priorities. Jodialath, oh. You're turning me on with all that nastiness. Okay, that was a weird thing to say. Jodialath, did you know that while almost every demon fears seeing you? Jodialath, I've been looking forward to it. Gloom, do you seek death? Jodialath, oh no, I'll be living for a lot longer. Jodialath, but I seek you, defiant one. Jodialath, as you know, I thrive on suffering and pain. Jodialath, I thought I was the leading cause of pain in this region, but it seems you are. Jodialath's depravity is well known, but you've never encountered it up close. Gloom, I kill. I don't torture, I don't intentionally make people suffer. Jodialath, doesn't matter. We're both in the same business. Jodialath, so we should be partners. Jodialath, partners in crime. Jodialath, and partners in bed. This night isn't really turning out the way you were expecting it to. Gloom, I'm not even of any use to you sexually. Jodialath, I can see that your physical form lacks many of the parts that I'm used to, but I'm a creative woman. Jodialath, I always find ways to get it done. Jodialath, besides, I've had sex with politicians before. Trust me. No dick is better than a small dick. Jodialath, with a small dick, You're obligated to try to reach it. Jodialath puckers her lips and stretches them out until she looks like a Rodian from Star Wars. Jodialath, and then you'll end up with strained lips or dislocated hips. Jodialath, trust me, both options are not fun. Jodialath, but I don't have to worry about that with you, do I? If you had testicles, they would be shrinking now. Gloom, gaga. You're not really my type. Jodialath, I know I'm not as beautiful as your Muriel was. Jodialath, but I can assure you that I'm confident, uninhibited, and very, very hungry. Your hypothetical testicles just retracted themselves all the way into your throat. You hit her with your hate blast and send her stumbling back. Gloom, okay, just stop. Gloom, I haven't been this grossed out since the dinner scene in Temple of Doom. Jodialath, you don't know what I can do. Gloom, 1. You're a horrible person. Gloom, and 2. You've probably got a shitload of diseases inside that sick body of yours. Gloom, I don't want to live with a rash for eternity. Jodialath, resist all you want. I always get what I want. She turns around and calls for her guards. Jodialath, guards. Plague demons burst into the room and scramble to protect their mistress from you. Demon, yes, mistress. Jodialath, take him and hold him down. The plague demons shake their heads at each other in disgust, before responding to their mistress. Demon, as you wish. The plague demons stretch out their claws and cautiously approach you. How will you deal with the plague demons? Knock them out of the window with a hate blast. How will you threaten them? You remember your promise to Lucia and give the demons a chance to back down. Gloom, you all know who I am. Gloom, you know exactly how this will end if you try to fight me. You point at Jodialath. Gloom, I only want her. Jodialath, I knew I could change your mind. Gloom, not in that way, you sick skank. Gloom, I'm just here to kill her, so I'll let the rest of you live if you walk away right now. Demon, we cannot. He holds us, our family is hostage. Demon, we must obey her. The plague demons prepare to attack. Combat is inevitable, but you could knock them out the window instead of killing them. Plague demons can't fly, but their small wings will help them glide safely to ground. Though it might be safer just to kill them. What will you do? Knock them out of the window with a hate. You channel your anger through your arm and blast the demons with sheer hatred. The blast sends them flying through the window. You hear them curse you as they glide down with their puny wings. You lunge at Jodialath and grab her. She struggles under your grasp for a moment, then you feel her body slacken. Gloom, it's just you and me now. Jodialath. Gloom, no guards, no leverage, no power. Are you still in the mood? Jodialath, please. Gloom, I was just joking. Gloom, I didn't find it funny. Did you really think you were funny? Jodialath, what are you going to do to me? Gloom, I'm just going to cut your head off and then go take a shower. Jodialath, wait. Just wait a minute. I can offer you something else. Gloom, I'm really not in the mood for more propositions. Jodialath, no, something that will benefit your quest. Gloom. Gloom, okay, talk. Jodialath, you're hunting demons for Michael, right? Gloom, yes, why? Jodialath, all of my slaves have been fixed with a bioweapon in their necks. Jodialath, when detonated, it results in instant death. Jodialath, I use it to ensure their obedience. Gloom, sounds like the Running Man. How does this benefit me? Jodialath, if you spare me, I will detonate all of them in return. Jodialath, thousands of demons dead in just one night, surely Michael and his boss will smile upon this. Gloom, you can do this from your office? Jodialath, I have a control device in my pocket. Just let me go and I can go do it immediately. Gloom, it's a tempting bargain, but Michael also wants you dead. Jodialath, no, Michael wants my horns. Jodialath, take my horns, spare my life and I'll disappear. Nobody will ever hear from me again. Gloom. You consider Jodialath's offer. Thousands of dead demons would be a great bargaining chip, even if they were just lesser demons. Demon, we propose another option, O powerful one. More plague demons appear. Demon, we propose justice. Gloom, justice. Demon, yes. Take her horns, but leave her to us. Demon, we will ensure that he pays for her sins. Gloom, what about your families? I thought she holds them captive. Demon, once we take the control of Iki, she no longer has power over us. Jodialath, no, you can't be considering this. Gloom, it's an option. What will you do with Jodialath?
Just take the easy option.
Kill her. Gloom, I'm going to keep it simple. Jodialath, what does that mean? You run your blade through her spine. Jodialath, Urk. You ruined my blouse. You pull your blade out quickly and let her body fall to the ground. You also make a mental note to scrub your hands with soap. Demon, and what of us? Gloom, I'm not here for you tonight. So I'll leave you alone, if you leave me alone. Demon, we will disappear then. After the demons leave, you cut off Jodialath's horns and pocket your trophies. With all the demons gone, you're now alone in the office. You look out the window, and wonder if maybe you should move your lair to a place like this. Gloom, not too open. Too much sunlight. You turn into green smoke and float out of the office. It's the middle of the night, and while most people are fast asleep, I'm staring at the ceiling. For the third night in a row, Todd and Janelle are arguing on the other side of the wall. I used to think that my parents fought all the time because I'm such a messed up kid. Because of all the weird things that happen around me. But I know now that they've got their own problems. I make things more difficult, but they've been fighting long before I entered the picture. Is this something a lot of kids have to deal with? I hope not. I'm not going to be able to sleep so soon, so it's a waste of time to just lie here. Let's see, what can I do?
Read a book.
I walk to my shelf and browse my collection of books. They're mostly graphic novels and some concept art books. I used to harbor a secret dream to be an artist. Except I can't draw for shit. I pull out Lenore because that comic always cheers me up. Winona, hee hee. Well, I feel a bit better now. As I walk back to my bed, I notice the view out my window. Winona, it's a nice night tonight. Let's see, what can I do? Look out the window, play a video game, listen to music. I turn to my seat. Winona, I think it's a good night to listen to Björk. I pick up her Post album and put it into the player. Winona, what's this? Hidden under my copy of Post is my class photo from last year. Winona, 30 kids in my class, and not a single one of them that can be considered a friend. I'd consider myself a big loser if I actually cared. As I hop back onto my bed, I notice a nice sky outside. Let's see. Play a video game. I walk over to my PC to play my new favorite game, The Sims. Winona, this game is totally cutting. I don't look forward to much, but I always look forward to playing this game. I've been a fan of Will Wright since SimCity 2000, and this game did not disappoint. There's just something so fulfilling about being able to help these little virtual people make the most of their lives. Winona, if only I had that much control over my real life. After an hour, my eyes are getting sufficiently heavy, so I head back to my bed. While walking back to my bed, I notice the nice sky outside. Let's see, what can I do? Look, I walk over to my window and look outside. I look at the big moon first, but then my eyes gravitate towards the windows of the other apartments. You might think it's weird, but I really like looking at windows, especially at night. I know what you're thinking, but I'm not a perv or anything. It's just that, Every window represents a different person, you know, a different life. It makes me feel small, but at the same time it makes me feel like I'm not alone either. Winona, there are so many lit windows out there tonight. Winona, I wonder how many of these windows is a kid like me, who can't sleep because their parents are arguing. Winona, I wonder if they're as scared as me. Winona, what about the other windows? The ones with the lights off? Winona, are those kids in happier families? Fast asleep because they have a big exciting day tomorrow? Winona, are they happy? I think about the other students at school who are always laughing and smiling. And those families on TV where fights never last longer than half an episode. I imagine what it would be like to not have to worry every moment of your life. Winona, how did they end up that way? Winona, did I make different choices from them? Winona, what kind of choices could a girl my age make that could change things so much? Winona, but if our lives aren't a result of our conscious choices? Winona, and there are kids in those windows who are leading really different and happy lives? Winona, then fate is a cruel lottery, and we don't have any control over which window we end up in. That's just too depressing a thought. It's just another night at the house, waiting for Michael to show up. Another night of trying to will time to pass faster. It's a bit harder tonight because you're certain that the defeat of Tegoel is enough to earn your way back. If only Michael would show up sooner. Gloom, stop looking at the sky. He never shows up unless you're busy doing something else. Gloom, I should do something that he can rudely interrupt. Your attention is drawn to a door swaying in the wind. A strong gust of wind causes the door to slam shut, however, it starts to slowly swing out again. Gloom, hey, stop it. Stop being so weak. Gloom, if you want to be closed, stay closed. Gloom, if you prefer to stay open, don't let that wind push you around. You slam the door shut. Of course, it doesn't stay shut for long. Gloom, come on, door. You need to stand up for yourself. Gloom, don't allow yourself to be caught in this endless cycle of opening and closing. Opening and closing. Gloom, you have to find some way out of it. Gloom, if you're not even willing to try, then I'm not staying around to help you. You move away from the door and look around the house for another way to pass the time. What do you want to do tonight? What, watch some TV? As you think about what you want to do, you suddenly realize how futile this is. Gloom, every night is the same. Gloom, different games, different movies, but it's actually the same. Gloom, just the same series of pointless choices that don't actually change anything. Gloom, I'm just so tired of this routine. Gloom, so tired. You start knocking your head against the wall in frustration. Gloom, oh Muriel. I'm really trying. Gloom, but it never seems enough. Gloom, and I just end up back in the same place. Gloom, this is how Bill Murray must have felt. The door sways in the wind again. Gloom, I might not be able to fix my life. Gloom, but at least I can put you out of your misery. Door. You rip the door off its hinges with your hate blast. And smash it into the ground. Gloom. Gloom, what led to this? Gloom, so many choices I've made in the last few centuries. Gloom, but really, there was only one that mattered. Gloom, that one wrong choice during the Great Fallout. Gloom, one wrong and irreversible choice. Though you don't need to breathe anymore, you sigh out of habit. Gloom, no. This quest has to work. No matter what it takes. A blinding light fills the house. Michael, oh Gloom. Michael makes his overly theatrical entrance. Michael, you know what I like about you. Michael, when you say you are going to do something, you do it. Michael, I do not even trust most of my own seraphim, but I trust you. Michael, you are something truly special. Michael, and that is why we need to get you back into heaven. Gloom, yes, that's why I'm doing all this. Michael, do you have Tegoel's horns? You pass him the horns. Michael, thank you, thank you. Michael, these are going to be put to good use. Gloom, why do you need all those horns? Michael, just for our war records. Michael holds one of Jodi-Alatha's horns up to his eyes. Michael, we have wanted this wretched woman dead for a long time. Michael, and now, she is finally dead. Thanks to you. Gloom, so, is my penance completed? Gloom, will you open the gates for me? Michael, you know, everybody else calls you a traitor. Gloom, been called worse. Michael, but I still believe in you. Michael, and because I like you, I will be honest with you. Gloom, what is it? Michael, I spoke to the big boss about your quest and told him about all that you have done. Michael, he did not seem impressed. Not even when I told him about Jodi-Alatha's death. Gloom, Crast. You told me that Jodi-Alatha's death would be enough to change his mind. Michael, I did not promise anything. Michael, but listen, I spoke to him further and reminded him of his own teachings about forgiveness. Gloom, and, Michael, he is almost ready to let you back in. Michael, but we just need you to kill one last demon. Michael, one more and you can return. Gloom, really? Just one more? Michael throws his head back and lets out his shrill, condescending laugh. Michael, ha 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 ha. Come on, Gloom. Angels do not lie. Gloom, they don't always tell the truth either. Michael, ouch. But you have a point, so I will let that one go. Gloom, tell me about the last mark.
It's gonna be Lucia, I think.
Michael, you will soon be visited by a demon marked by fire and ice. Michael, this is the last monster you have to kill. Ask for more information. Gloom, what does fire and ice mean? Michael, I do not know. Gloom, is it a metaphorical thing? Is this a physical description? Michael, that is all Gabriel told me. Michael, you and I know that although he is the Archangel of Truth, Gabriel rarely imparts anything useful. Gloom, so I kill this last one, and I've completed my penance? Michael, once again, yes. You can return to heaven after this. Michael, but be careful. This last one will be the hardest. Michael, and Gabriel says you will meet this demon soon, so be prepared. Gloom, you can just focus on your own preparations to bring me back. Gloom, I'll kill it, like I killed everything else. Michael, kill it quickly, angel of death, and I will bring you back up myself. Michael, I know you will, because you're you. Michael, when the job is done, meet me at the reservoir, and let's bring you home. Michael launches himself into the air and disappears into heaven. Your eyes light up at the thought that you will be following him the next time he does that. Gloom, one more demon, Muriel. Gloom, so it shall be done. The world is burning. The sky is covered with clouds of flame, and the air is so hot it sears my nose and lungs. I'm running through the streets of this apocalyptic landscape, and I have no idea where I'm going. The road ahead seems to be clear, but I don't know where it leads. To my right, I hear screams for help from under a fallen tree. I can't be sure, but it sounds human. What should I do? Help whoever is under the tree. Winona, if there's someone under there, I need to help them. I quickly run over to the tree, and I see an arm waving frantically from underneath it. Winona, I'm here to help. Just keep calm while I find something to move this tree with. There was that lesson in physics class, something about using a fulcrum and a lever to lift heavy things. My eyes dart left and right as I frantically look for a pole or something that can be used as a lever. But before I can find anything, a large fireball falls from the sky and hits the tree. The explosion knocks me back before showering me with ash and bits of wood. Winona, ugh. Winona, oh no. I'm too late. The fallen tree has been instantly immolated. Nobody could have survived that. Winona, I have to keep going. I start running down the road. As I run down the road, I start noticing more and more dead bodies on the street. Winona, holy shit, it's like hell on earth. Winona, like Doom 2 coming true. Another falling fireball hits the ground in front of me and explodes with a fiery force on impact. Winona, cough cough. What is going on? When the smoke clears, I see a new dead body where the fireball hit the ground. I can't tell if this body was already dead, or died on impact. But it's definitely dead now. A dead body, with wings. Winona, angels. Winona, is this the apocalypse? Is the world doomed? More screams, coming from behind me. I turn around and see a man being chased by demonic creatures. They pounce on him and tear him apart with their claws. I turn back to run away, but now the road is blocked by another group of demons eating a woman. People are being tormented and eaten by demons everywhere. It's all just chaos. You take a step back just as a group of demons appears right in front of you. Demon, hello, Winona. Demon, we wanted to say I thank you. Winona, what? What? I look down at my hands, and I suddenly notice that they're burning with hellfire. But I don't feel any pain at all. Then I realize the truth. Demon, yes. Demon, you caused this. Winona, I am the Doombringer. Demon, yes. Winona, no. No. Winona, no. I'm in my room. I scramble to look out the window for signs of the apocalypse. Normal night sky, normal windows. I look at my hands. No hellfire. Winona, I'm okay. Winona, it's just a nightmare. I slowly regulate my breathing. Winona, just a nightmare. But the only thing is, I've been having this same nightmare every night for at least 10 years now. The same burning sky. The same screams. The same feeling that it is all my fault. Winona, but I'm not evil. No, that's not true. In my heart, I know that it's not true. I remember every nasty thought I've ever had about wishing harm on other people. And these aren't typical nasty thoughts like oh I hope you step on shit or anything. In my head, I'm like burning these people. I'm setting them on fire just by being so fucking angry at them. And at the time, I don't feel like there's anything wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. I'm ashamed of these thoughts, but they're always there. This darkness that's inside me. My fingers start to tremble. A panic attack is creeping in. Winona, okay, remember what Dr. Robin said. Deep breathing. I control my breathing by taking slow and deep breaths. Winona, breathe in. Winona, breathe in. Breathe out. Winona, okay, next step, find a focus object. I look around my bedroom to find something to focus on. What should I focus on? Hospital bracelets. Next to my PC is my collection of hospital ID bracelets. Let's see, I've got a pink one. Breathe in. It's the closest to the monitor, so it always shines the brightest. Breathe out. The orange one has the most scuff marks. Breathe in. I've been a frequent visitor at a few mental health institutes. There were quite a few accidents where I hurt myself, and had to be kept for observation. Each time I was there, I'd get a new ID bracelet. I kept my favorite colors pinned to the wall. Winona, I remember that blue one. That was when I met Dr. Robin. Winona, of all the doctors that have come and gone, he was the nicest. Winona, the others always treated me like a kid and talked down to me. Winona, he was the only one that wanted to understand me. Winona, I wish he was still around. Winona, at least I have that snowman charm on my backpack to remind me of him. What should I focus on? Books. I take a look at my precious collection of books. My Lenore comic is sticking out again. Breathe in. The spine is dented. Breathe out. The animator's survival kit is easily the thickest. Breathe in. My books are mostly large format art and design books, and some graphic novels. Because of their unusual sizes, I had a lot of difficulty trying to fit them into my short shelves. Winona, I've always wanted to draw and express all these crazy thoughts in my head. Winona, but I could never practice enough to get good. Sitting on my books are some antidepressant pills. Winona, I was a bit apprehensive about medication at first, but Dr. Robin helped me find some that really worked. Winona, there was a time when I was in a really bad place, and the treatment helped. Winona, I even got to a stage where Dr. Robin and I decided I didn't need them anymore. Winona, that was the day he gave me my favorite snowman charm, the one I keep on my backpack. What should I focus on? My toys. I know it's childish, but I like to keep some of my old toys around. Johnny Bear's drooping off the shelf again. Breathe in. Lucy Bug's red is almost the same as the color of my bed sheets. Breathe out. Super Cat's fur is the softest. Breathe in. Lucy Bug and Super Cat, my two best friends. You know, I don't remember a time when I didn't have them. Guardians, rooms, cities, those all change. But Lucy Bug and Super Cat are always there. Whenever it was time to move, I would always squeeze them into my backpack. I don't mind losing anything else, but they had to be close to me. Come to think of it, I don't even know how they got their names. It's just always how I've known them. Winona, thanks for always being there, guys. What should I focus on? My backpack. See that pink bag under my desk? Everything in this world is flawed, except for this backpack. The zipper is a little chipped, but never sticks. Breathe in. The body has firmness, yet soft enough that the straps don't hurt my shoulders. Breathe out. The pink is bright, even when it's dark. Breathe in. I can put everything I need every day into this bag. It's the perfect size and shape. Winona, this bag is perfect, and clipped to the front pocket zipper is a little charm shaped like a snowman with a top hat. Winona, I love that little guy. It was a gift from Dr. Robin. Winona, it makes me feel like he's still around, looking out for me. Now that my panic attack has passed, I slide off my bed and walk over to the window. These nightmares seem to be getting more and more vivid. Call me crazy all you want, but I know this nightmare is a sign of what's to come. People don't dream the same thing every night unless there is something really wrong with them. The world is doomed, and I'm the catalyst. Deep breath. Now you know why I know what I am. What I will cause. Now you know why I have to do what I have to do. Winona, because I can't let this happen. When I was younger, I thought that maybe I could change the future if I became a good enough person. I was so naive then. I tried to do as much good as I could, but the nightmares never went away. I know now that you don't have to be evil to hurt the world. Like, I've seen so many people do things with the best intentions, but they still end up hurting people. For regular people, these mistakes are minor. You can shrug it off and come to an understanding. But that doesn't work if your future mistake is dooming the world. You can't shrug that shit off. You have to pump up the volume for cases like me. But I figured out how to do it. How I can save the world. And it's simple logic. Winona, if I'm not around to doom the world, then there's no doom. The logic is simple, but actually pulling it off is hard. I've methodically tried to kill myself in so many different ways, but something always goes wrong, Winona, and that's why I have to go find this ghost. I glance at my clock. Winona, shit sticks. 6 a.m. already? It's almost time to wake up and get ready for a double shift at work, but I feel like I've hardly had any sleep. Winona, if only I can just die from exhaustion. Between school, my job, and these fucking nightmares, it'd be a quick and easy death. Winona, if only. I rub my eyes. It always feels like I've got sand in them when I wake up too early. Tonight. I'll find the Hartford Hills house tonight after work. Then after that, no more nightmares. No more anything.
Oh, okay, so she's turning to Gloom. To Ender.
Mr. Yesterday's studio is set up to be comfortable, as he needs his clients to be relaxed in order to do his work well. So he's equipped it with a comfortable dentist chair, that you're now relaxing on, some aromatherapy diffusers, dim lighting. Even an assortment of muscle relaxants if someone needs them. He normally puts on cheesy new age spa music for his clients, but tonight you're listening to Jeff Buckley. It would be a very relaxing place to hang out except for one thing, the incessant ticking from his collection of clocks. You hate that sound. It irritates you to no end. But he really loves his clock collection, a tribute to the time spirits, he says. Anyway, it's not like you've visited very often before, and tonight might be the last time. Mr. Yesterday, so you're finally going back to heaven. Gloom, Michael said the boss agreed to let me back in, after this one last kill. Mr. Yesterday, who is the unlucky demon? Anybody I know? Gloom, I'm not sure. I am told to await a demon marked by, get this, fire and ice. Mr. Yesterday, sounds like the name of some shite black metal song. Gloom, I think it's a book too. Mr. Yesterday, and you don't have any other clues or leads. Gloom, Gabriel didn't see anything else in his vision. Mr. Yesterday, Gabriel's a hack. Mr. Yesterday has philosophical differences with the Archangel of Truth when it comes to foresight. Mr. Yesterday, if you really want to predict the future, the best thing you can do is study the past and find trends. Mr. Yesterday, gazing into a crystal ball or reading tea leaves will help about as much as staring into my arse. Gloom, it's not the first time I've been sent out with shit information. Gloom, but this should be the last. Mr. Yesterday, so, what are you going to do once you're done with all the killing? Gloom, you're the second person to ask me that recently. Mr. Yesterday, so what are you going to do? I don't know. Gloom, I don't know. Mr. Yesterday, what do you mean, you don't know? Mr. Yesterday, after pushing this agenda for 400 years, you have no goal? Go to heaven, Mr. Go to heaven. Gloom, well, I'll go to heaven, I guess. Mr. Yesterday, just for a moment, pretend that I'm not an angel and I'm just a regular mortal guy that's never seen heaven. Mr. Yesterday, what's up there that's so special? Gloom, it's a quiet place. Peaceful. Mr. Yesterday, your deserted house is about as quiet as it gets. Gloom, I'll be accepted by the angels again. Mr. Yesterday, and why is that such a win? Mr. Yesterday, what I know about the angels is that there's a pretentious arsehole who spouts crap and pretends he has visions. Mr. Yesterday, and another one uses people the way my sister used her ex to drive her around all the time. Mr. Yesterday, they don't sound like people you'd want to have a beer with. Gloom, well, she's up there too. Mr. Yesterday, so you've done all this shit for a girl? It's Hudson time for you. Gloom, come on, don't say it like that. Gloom, you make me sound like Ducky from Pretty in Pink. Gloom, I did it for love. Mr. Yesterday, ha ha ha. That's a whole lot of shite there. Gloom, it's true. Mr. Yesterday, love, huh. Gloom, yeah, love. Mr. Yesterday, well, I've never been in love so much that I'd spend 400 years killing demons to get with someone. Gloom, you've never met Muriel. She's perfect and beautiful. Mr. Yesterday, you know what my ex-wife used to tell me? Even the prettiest girl in the world takes smelly shits. Gloom, angels don't shit. Mr. Yesterday, well, my ex-wife did, and it fucking reeked. You can't help but laugh at that. Gloom, ha 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 ha. Crast, Yeti. Be nicer to your ex-wife. Mr. Yesterday, it's no joke. The dogs in the neighborhood start howling when she's in the toilet. Gloom, Okay, I get the picture. Mr. Yesterday, so humor me. What do you miss about Muriel so much that you'd do all this for her? Gloom, you know. Gloom, well. She makes me feel good about myself. Gloom, she's just so perfect, so kind, and good, and when she accepts me, I feel somewhat perfect and good. Gloom, know what I mean? Mr. Yesterday, yes, I think I do. Mr. Yesterday, you're pegging your own self-worth on someone's opinion of you. Mr. Yesterday, mate, I thought you were the most badass apex predator to end all apex predators. Mr. Yesterday, but now you're more like a kitten with a big machine gun. Gloom, hardy har har. You're a fucking asshole. Gloom, this is why you always lose at video games. It's karma. Mr. Yesterday, and I don't need visions of the future to tell you that you'll always lose at life. Mr. Yesterday, because you still don't know what you want. Mr. Yesterday, so if I don't ever see you again after tonight, please listen to me, as your friend. Mr. Yesterday, you've got to figure your shite out, or you'll never be happy. Gloom. You have no response to that. Mr. Yesterday, you know what? Forget that, Mr. Yesterday, you do what you have to do. I just want to say that I'll miss our gaming sessions. Gloom, me too. But we'll still hang out. It's not like I can't visit the mortal realm once I re-enter heaven. Mr. Yesterday, let's not kid ourselves. Gloom. Mr. Yesterday, I may not have lived as long as you, but I've been through high school, university, and a few amicable breakups. Mr. Yesterday, people always say that they'll keep in touch, but things change. Priorities change. Friends change. Gloom, I thought I was supposed to be the gloomy one. Mr. Yesterday, nothing for you to be gloomy about anymore. Mr. Yesterday, you're going up there where it's always sunny and your new friends fart rainbows. Mr. Yesterday, I'm just going to have to find someone new to play games with. Mr. Yesterday, but I'm happy for you. I really am. Gloom, thanks, Yeti. I'm going to miss you too. The two of you lean back on your chairs and stare at the ceiling as Jeff Buckley sings Last Goodbye.
Okay, that's probably gonna have to be it for me for tonight.
It's been a quiet night at the
pick it
video
up
store.
here.
Save.
Bam.
Save slot 4.
Alright.
Empty slot.
So.
Save.
Alright, a little bit further on. Yeah, we'll see what happens when Gloom and Doom finally or when I guess Doom finally meets Gloom, finally goes to that weird house, and I'm pretty sure that Gloom is gonna have to kill her. I think I'm probably gonna like make a save state right before that and just see what happens and go from there. But anyway, till next time, later.